nooblets. Hi guys, Steve here. On this video I'm going to show you some pro tips on how to get water early on, when you're first starting off in game when it's the hardest. And if it's helpful, please like, subscribe, click the bell notifications and all, and share with your friends. Thank you. When you first start Dune and do the starting tutorial, it teaches you to drink water from dew flowers to stay 1/3 hydrated. As you don't have any means to collect or process water starting off, this will be your primary way to get water. First tip, remember, every time you walk past a patch of flowers, look at your water bar in the bottom left and see if you're able to drink. Even if you only need a small amount of water, top it up as you don't know if you'll need it later, and you don't know when the next time will be when you come across flowers. So if you can drink, drink. Tip 2. Before your water runs out, open up the map and zoom in. Look for blue water droplet icons, as these show the location on the map where dew flowers are, where you can get water. Try and time it to get there and get hydrated before your water runs out. Tip 3. Stay out the sun as much as possible. It taught you in a tutorial to stay out the sun, otherwise you'll get sunstroke. But if the bar goes up and fills red, you'll start losing water a lot faster. So if you keep getting sunstroke, you'll be just making more work for yourself and wasting time getting water, so always try and keep out the sun if you can. And if you're going to travel long distances, try and wait until the sun goes down, then you will not have to worry about heat stroke. That goes for when you're building your base as well. Try and build your base at night if you can, otherwise if you're trying to build it in the baking heat, you'll have to stand directly in the sun, get heat stroke all the time, and that'll force you to spend more time getting water. If you must build in a day, try and stand in the building's shadow as you're building. Speaking of buildings, if you're going to stand around, try and do it in a shelter. There is an empty diamond icon above a water bar on the bottom left hand side. That tells you if you're in shelter or not. If you're out in the open and not in shelter, you lose water a lot faster. But if you're in a sealed building like your base that's watertight, then you don't lose any water. So if you're going to stand around looking your inventory, quests or skills, it might be best to do that in your base before you set out. All these first tips are very good advice, and you should always remember and use them when playing. The next stage makes things easier when you get the blood extractor and blood purifier. When you kill an NPC, you can take their blood with the extractor, then store it in blood sacks that you can make yourself, or bigger ones you can make at a fabricator. The tutorial mission will tell you to build 1 blood pack, just to show you how to use it, but that's not really enough. When you get to that stage, build 6 or more blood storage packs. As the more blood you can farm from the dead, the more blood you can turn into water when you get back to your base. I normally go for 6 because if you build too many, carrying each one takes space up in your inventory. And if you carry too many, you won't have space to carry all the other resources and equipment you need to. I've found making 6 to 8 blood packs a good number that lets you gather and carry what you want. When you get back to your base, put the blood in the blood purifier machine, which will slowly take all the water out of the blood, and that's how you get your main source of water starting off. Again, in a tutorial mission, it'll just tell you to build 1 blood purifier, but that will not be enough to unload your blood every time you go back to your base. You want to make 2 blood purifiers, so you can empty most or all of your blood packs, so you can fill them all up again next time you go out. And that's how you make a constant supply of water. Speaking of which, when you built your base and got a blood purifiers up, it'll ask you to create your very first still suit that can recycle wastewater and gives you an extra water storage pocket in your suit that slowly fills up with water over time. Then when it's got water in it, you can press F to drink when you need to. So wearing a still suit is like an outfit that creates water as you play. However, your first still suit doesn't have very good armour, unless you find special schematics in astral chests later on, with better armour. So wearing a still suit gives you less armour in battle. You will get a mission telling you to make heavy armour, but if you wear that instead of a still suit, you don't get that extra water, so you will need something to carry an extra supply of water. You can make a water container flask, but the standard ones only hold 4 drinks of water. Instead, go to Griffin's Reach, go to the market cellar and buy at least 2 special water flask blueprints at 500 credits each. These are worth making because they hold 6 drinks of water in them, compared to the normal 4, so that's 50% more water, and they seem to last longer as well. Once you buy and make these, you can go to the blood purifier and fill these canteen flasks up with water, so you can carry them around if you ever find yourself running low on it. I would be still using the dew flowers as my main source of water at this point, to keep 1/3 of a water bar full, and saving my water flasks only for emergencies, or for when you need the extra stamina. If you're scouting and not that likely to get into combat, or have light fighting, you can go out in a still suit and stay out longer. But if you're going somewhere where there is a lot of heavy combat, like fighting your way through a testing station, I would equip your combat armour for better defence, and carry 2 water flasks for the extra water. I did try wearing a still suit and carrying battle armour around in my inventory, but to be honest, carrying your armour takes too much space up in your inventory, and you will not be able to carry all your resources and equipment from going out and doing your missions, as there's not enough room and you'll have to leave something behind. Later on, you'll unlock water storage containers for your base. Where your blood purifiers only hold 1000 water, these extra storage containers hold 5000, 5 times more. So where the blood purifiers would stop converting blood into water when its water storage is full, with building loads of these water storage containers, any excess water will go into these, so the more you build, the more water your base will hold. And you will need your base to hold a lot, because when you are refining ore, you need water in a refining process to make the metal ingots. This will be around the time where you build your second base. And about that time, you'll be able to research and build the Dew Reaper. They look like a scythe that can harvest water from the dew plants and put it into your water flasks. It's very handy to make and carry one of these everywhere you go, because it can stop you ever going short of water again, as you can keep filling up your water flasks even if you're far from your base. It's best to use a Dew Reaper to harvest water when it's dark or just before dawn. Before the sun's up is the best time, as the dew plants have the most water on them, and you'll be able to see the water droplets on the plants. Make sure you harvest the water when it's dark, because when the sun is up, it dries the plants out. Plus you can take the full water flasks back to your base, and empty them out in your base's water system, if you need a little water faster. Also, as you go around the world, sometimes you can find water stations to drink from. There are only a few at outposts you go to, but there are normally some at testing stations. Later on you'll get things that make it much easier to get water, like wind traps, but by then you won't need to worry about water if you'd follow these tips. If you are returning to your base and you're about to run out of water, drink and fill yourself up to 1/3 with the dew flowers first. Then fill the rest of the water bar up with your base's water. That way you save 1/3 of your base's water every time you do. Then when you're in your second base, build yourself an improved blood purifier, as you can store a lot more blood in it, 24,000 millilitres, compared to the smaller ones, 6,000. Then if you just go around killing people and harvesting the blood, you won't run out of water. If you like this video and it was helpful, you will absolutely love my beginner's guide to Dune. It tells you everything you need to know to finish your first zone. I'll link it at the end so you can watch it. Don't forget to watch all my other videos, like how to build a huge base like this, as they'll help you out a lot. Thank you for watching, and if this video is helpful, please like, subscribe and share it with your friends, and click bell notifications and all to get notified when I upload or live stream next. Check out the videos at the end, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thank you and goodbye.